What's up everybody? Bill with Honest Open Permaculture, Hop Farm. It's time to move the compost piles down the line. Now we've been really wet the past few days. It's rained and snowed a little bit. The snow didn't stick, that's why you don't see it. But the ground is saturated, it's muddy all over the place. That's one thing you'll have to think about or contemplate when you leave an open compost pile to your chickens and they kick it around everywhere. If the weather's gonna come in, it could really saturate everything. And look at this. It's just pretty much a muddy mess. And if you don't cover it, like this one here, this pile got way too much moisture, way too much water in it. Therefore, I am about 99% sure this thing probably didn't heat up at all. With it being too wet, the compost pile won't heat up. A good way to find out if it heated up any is to give it a quick turn. Stick the pitchfork in there, pull some out. Is there steam coming out? We're still in the 30s right now. So if this did warm up, we will see steam come out of it. This pile though, with it being covered and the chicken's not messing with it, the microorganisms inside this pile have really heated it up. Let's check it out. All right, so it got down to about 20 degrees last night, and this compost pile is sitting at about, it's hard to see because it's a little dirty, 124 degrees. 124 degrees is in our range of 122 to 165. I would much rather it be in the upper range. The material tends to break down quicker if it is in that upper range. It means there's more microorganisms in there working. It means they're working on that material faster, breaking it down faster. I'm gonna take this thermometer, stick it in this little beat down pile over here. See if I can get a temperature real quick before I turn it. Let's see if it is warming up at all. While that thermometer is trying to get a temp of that pile, let's go inside the coop and see if we need to add any leaves. I hear you, girlfriend. Someone in your box? So looking around, it doesn't quite look like there is really heavy manure on the ground yet. So that's good, that's good. Looks like they've been scratching it in pretty good. So that'll save us a step. We don't have to add leaves in here, which is good because it's kind of cold. Let's get this done. Before we start restacking, let's check that thermometer. Looks like it has leveled off at about 48 degrees, 46 degrees. Maybe still slowly going down. It's 38 degrees outside, so maybe it's holding a little heat, but definitely not like the other compost pile or the temperature that we want it. Some of the ground is still frozen too, and it's mushy, so I'm using this hard rake to try to break it loose so I can scoop it back in the pile. We want to add air to this pile, so make sure we get right here at the base. Especially because of all the rain we got, it pushes the air out. The rain will run through the pile, the water, and make it a pretty anaerobic environment, and that's not what we want in a compost pile. At least not a hot, fast compost pile. Okay, now it's time to do the covered pile. That pile was really wet, so I kept it in the same spot. I didn't want to move it down the line. I think it needs a little more time. This one right here, we're gonna take it from this spot and move it to where you're sitting right there. Plus, it'll be easier to move from this spot to here. That's one of the benefits of covering it also, is you get to control where it goes. They don't. And one of the really cool things about turning a compost pile that is or has reached the desired temperature is that all those organisms and microbiology in there that made the temperature rise, that are eating, excuse me, that are eating the material, they will die. When they die, that gives the incoming microbes that much more food. I know nature's pretty gruesome. They eat each other, they're cannibals. So that will put that much more food in the pile, which in turn makes that much more microorganisms and microbiology to heat it up even faster and move it along even faster. Oh yeah, I can definitely feel the warmth just on the outside of this pile. And by me turning it, not letting the chickens turn it, I can have more control on where the material's going. In other words, I want all the material to eventually get to the inside of the pile so all the microorganisms and bacteria can get to that material and break it down into compost. So let's pick this thing apart. Let's pick apart the outside, throw it here, and then the inside on top. This material's looking really good. Now, it was dry in spots, but I didn't add any water. What I did is where it was really wet in spots, I mixed it in with the dry material. So now I know, oh, I wanna make sure I get them off. Go away, girls, go, go. I don't want them breaking this apart. This is our experiment, right? So we turned both the compost pile, we checked the coop to see if we need leaves. Now the only thing that's left to do is, oh, for you guys, smash thumbs up on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to watch the previous videos, playlist is popping in right here.